A single click can compromise an entire system, but awareness can prevent it. Good day, everyone. My name is Miracle Godwin, and this presentation was prepared as task 2 of CodeAlpha Cybersecurity Internship. Today, I will be discussing awareness. I will be discussing about phishing awareness, one of the most common cyber threats affecting individuals and organizations worldwide. By the end of this presentation, you will understand what phishing is all about, how attackers use it to steal sensitive information, and the practical steps that you can take to protect yourself from being a victim. Phishing is a type of cyber attack where attackers pretend to be a trusted person or organization to trick victims into revealing sensitive information, maybe like your username and password or your credit card and many more. There are lots of it, or even the your PIN code, just to review all those sensitive information for them. That's why they use, sometimes attackers often send fake email, text message, or create a fake website. They can also create a fake website that resembles that the original, the legitimate one. Their goal is to convince you that the message is genuine, so you can act without carefully verifying it. Their main goal is to convince you that the message is genuine, so you act without thinking carefully. Now, these slides will show you the process attacker use to attack the victim. First, the attacker will send a phishing email or a message. Then the victim will receive the message. When he receives the message and he click that link, the link will now lead the victim to a fake login page designed just to look like a legitimate website. When the victim enter their username or password, then those credentials will now send directly to attacker because you'll be seeing it. The attacker can then use those credentials to gain unauthorized access to the victim account. This is why it's very important to verify link before enter any personal information. There are several types of phishing attack. We have email phishing, which is one of the most common one, where attackers send fake email pretending to be a trusted person or organization. We have smishing which use SMS or text message to trick victim into clicking a malicious link. We have phishing which involve a phone call, where attacker can call the victim and ask like a bank, maybe like he's calling from a bank or some government agency, just to use those tricks for him to reveal the sensitive information. We have spear phishing, which is more like target a specific organization or person to, to, to reveal information. Although this attack use different methods, but they all share the same objective, just to steal sensitive information. Okay? Here is one of the example of a phishing email. In this scenario, as you can see, in this scenario, attacker pretend to represent CodeAlpha, and then claim that the student must verify their internship portal immediately. And the email created urgency, like you can see here. The subject said urgent, verify your student portal, and it also include a suspicious link that does not belong to official CodeAlpha's website. You can see the link here. This is not if you verify, if you check official CodeAlpha website, you see that their domain is different from this one. So whenever you receive email requesting urgent action, always verify the email address and inspect that link before you can click it. That's why I marked. You can see the red flag here. Sender fake sender is come from fake domain. Urgent subject. You see the subject say urgent, verify your student portal, and also generic greeting. Dear student, instead of mention the name of the student, dear Samuel, instead of mention the name, they did not mention the name, they just use generic greeting, that dear student. That is also a red flag. And you can see they create a immediately action also. Failure to complete verification between 24 hours will result in also all this is a red flag. Now to the next slide, you can see this one is also a fake login page. If the victim click the phishing link, they are taken to a fake page, like one of the ones showing here right now. They will take you there. If you look at it at first glance, it may look legitimate because it copied the company brand and logo. Sometimes they will look very the same. However, the purpose is to steal that username and the password that you want to enter in those login portal. purpose is just to steal without you aware of it. Before logging into any website, always check that you are visiting the official website and verify the address shown in the browser. Now let's move to the next slide. Let's compare a phishing website with a legitimate one. The phishing website often uses a fake or misspelled domain name. You can see here the original domain of CodeAlpha is CodeAlpha.tech, or they can use another domain name, CodeAlpha.verify.net. They can never use the same domain name as CodeAlpha. So they have to change either one of the alphabets or to change the domain. They can never use the same domain, the original legitimate website. So you have to look very carefully. The phishing sites may also copy the appearance of the real website, making it difficult to identify at first glance. But if you look very well, you fish it out, you see the red flag. Remember that the presence of HTTPS alone does not guarantee that the website is legitimate. Sometimes they may use HTTP just to appear trustworthy. Always examine the complete web address. Look for official contact information and also avoid enter credential on website that you do not trust. That is very dangerous. Now let's move to the next slide. Social engineering technique. Yes, phishing attack rely heavily on social engineering, which means manipulating human. They will manipulate a human emotion rather than, instead of exploiting a computer vulnerability, to get the information. They will manipulate human being just to reveal those information. Attacker may also impersonate authority, like maybe your employer or your bank or government agency. Attacker creates urgency, claiming your account will be suspended. They use fear by threatening consequences. If you didn't act immediately, they will do this, they will do that. They will exploit human curiosity with message like maybe you have received an important document, just for you to be curious that let me see this important document. Understanding all these tactics will make it easier to recognize phishing attempts before becoming a victim. There are several habits that can reduce a phishing attack. Always verify the sender before responding to email, and also over the link to see whether they will lead you to where they will lead you before you click it. Sometimes when you hover over the link like this, they will show you where the link is leading you to. Also, enable multi-factor authenticator to add a layer of protection. Even when they get those credentials, your username and password, they will still need another, maybe a code from you. Or keep your operating system and application updated always. Never share all this one-time verification code. Like I said earlier, don't share it with anyone. It's very dangerous. Finally, when you see suspect a email that is fraudulent, that you know that this one is a phishing, always report it or delete it immediately. Don't just leave it there. The best practice is to delete it immediately. Let's test what we have learned so far. Please, I want you to pause this video, answer these 3 questions. Think carefully before you choose your answer. Once you made your choice, continue to the next slide. I will explain the correct, and those correct answers I will explain it there. So now if you have been following me and you read the question very well, you see that the correct answer are B, B, and C. Phishing attack often rely on urgency, deception, and social engineering to trick victim. By verifying the sender, checking website addresses carefully, enable multi-factor authentication, and report a suspicious email, we can reduce the risk of becoming the victim. Thank you for watching my phishing awareness training presentation. If you have any question or would like to share additional cybersecurity tips, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you. This is my GitHub portfolio link, and this is my LinkedIn link. Stay safe.